Welcome to 2022 Poets Out Loud Youth Slam! Tonight, you will be hearing from 9 bright new voices from all over the Northern Rivers, chosen out of hundreds to stand up, speak up, and share their truth through poetry.
Is this the freestyle moment? Yeah, cool. I think this is the one. I'm glad we had an executive decision. That's awesome. What would you like to hear poetry about? I'm gonna throw it to you, because I can't just make up the poem and the title. That's crazy. Help me out. I'm tired. It's a little hot here, too. Huh? I love tigers. Cool. That's actually my totem. Yeah, that's my spiritual totem. History. Ooh, stop it. I like that one. Okay, cool. Radical hope. All right, cool. I gotta try to remember these words. Okay, yeah. I was asked when I was young what type of animal I would be, and I said, listen, I've already been a tiger. My ancestors crawled with 4 feet to find the safest place in the middle of war zone. I've always been the type of tiger that had claws that would leave imprints and footprints on any wall to let them know that me and my ancestors have always been here, and we don't need permission, that we existed before we had a human force, before we were flesh and a child that was birthed into the world, kissed to the sun like Simba, that we were tigers, that we were the fierce animals that would chase anybody out of our caves, but we had eyes that were warm, and we would live under the sun and be kissed by it, which is why we're the color that we are today. That I am. Somebody asked me, how do you feel about the smell of fresh new books? I said, I'm not a fan. I like old ones that collect dust in libraries, that spell out history, that have footprints and fingerprints of other people that came before. And whenever I open a book, I'd like to think that I'm ingesting 10,000 stories from everyone who's ever picked it up, let a tear on the page, then close it out for somebody else to smile, echo a giggle into the back pages that would make it clip a little bit to the little girl that would scribble hearts at the end of the book, that history is in these back pages. It's in those oldie books that make you chew whenever you pick them up. That history is in those beautiful size samples of footprints and fingerprints and children laughing around an elder as they read these stories and pass it on to the next generation. Me and Hope have never really been friends. I think sometimes it can be a little crippling. There are people that imagine a world at their home and never really put action behind it. But I think if you're radical, you're the type of person that has hope and puts action behind it, adds a little rhythm and takes a 2-step into the future, decides that hoping for a better future is putting your hands and a stranger's together, advocating for a better tomorrow, that you and I can be the builders, that our hands can be where we draw the possibility for tomorrow, that I urge you to have the type of hope that creates heartbeats that turn the world into symphonies. That radical hope is loving the world beyond any rules and any exceptions. That giving yourself as a certitude to it. That caring about women, about Black people, about the queer community, about offering yourself as an ally to know when to be silent like a scarecrow and when to scream out like you've been given a bullhorn. That radical hope is action, it's movement, it's rhythm, it's that music, it's those young poets that will get up on a stage and spit real stuff for 2 minutes and maybe get rated high enough to take money back home. Radical hope is those young poets who made the stories come alive, and this stage they will call home. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you.
Poets